Black Clover creator Yuki Tabata typically never spoon-feeds his audience. A great example of this is the series' greatest plot twist, that the Wizard King, Julius Novachrono, shared a body with the soul of Lucius Sagratis, the leader of the Dark Triad in the Spade Kingdom. This revelation was a theory many months before it actually happened, consisting of various loose plot threads, breadcrumbs, supplementary art pieces, and references to other series to thread the whole theory together. But the reason why much of the fandom initially pushed back against this theory was two reasons. One, Julius had inner monologue that essentially confirmed he was a good guy, which should have negated the idea of him having been the fourth Sagratis all along. The second reason was Damnatio had the ability to root out devil power with his scale magic, meaning that if Julius's magic was really derived from the Time Devil, he would have been seen as a devil host pretty easily. But within the theory, there were explanations around these mountainous refutations, with the major one being that Julius also had some form of transformation magic. This type of magical power lets you mask and change how people sense your magic power, thus giving a likely way for the devil power to be concealed. And it was revealed that Julius wasn't technically the fourth Sagratis, but he just shared a body with his soul, which meant that Julius was still good, and that meant his inner monologue still stood true. Julius' inner monologue and Damnatio being able to sense devil power ended up being poorly constructed buildings amid a mudslide of evidence that Julius was connected to the fourth Sagratis. And the structures finally succumbed to the disaster with the release of chapter 331. I'll bring up this once again because I believe something similar is going on with Asta's biggest secret, something so deep and dark that not even he knows about it yet. That secret is that he is a devil hybrid. Now this could mean that one of Asta's parents was a devil, or one of his parents were also a devil hybrid, or he was turned into a devil hybrid thanks to his mother's forbidden curse. I believe this revelation would answer many questions within the series, as it will explain why Asta doesn't have magic and how he was able to survive his mother's life-stealing curse. But just like the Julius equals Lucius theory, there's a mountainous refutation standing amongst the breadcrumbs of evidence, that being that the Witch Queen analyzed Asta's blood and made no mention of him being a devil hybrid. But like with the aforementioned theory, there is a sound rebuke to this, as well as a flow of other examples of evidence that Asta is likely a devil hybrid. So let me go over the full context of the Witch Queen's analysis of Asta's blood, and why it absolutely does not work as an apt refutation to the Asta devil hybrid theory. Let's read her statement to get a full rundown of what actually happened. I assumed you were one of their kin, but I was wrong. You're simply defective. A sudden mutation kept mana from dwelling within you. However, because of that, you were able to wield that sword. You aren't special or anything like that, but that is what makes you special. So seemingly, the Witch Queen analyzed Asta's blood and determined that he was merely a human. Well, I actually have reservations if she actually analyzed his blood in that way, and rather was just making an assumption, an educated guess on why he had no magic. All she did was make the connection that Asta wasn't an elf. Her only reason for her originally thinking Asta was an elf was because he was using both the grimoire and the swords of the former elven chieftain, Licht. She realized that it wasn't because he was an elf that he could use them, but it was just because he had no magic. Also, the Witch Queen actually gets one of her claims wrong, that the sudden reason for Asta not having magic was just a sudden mutation, which is likely not the case, as Asta's mother, Lashita, had the ability to steal the mana of any living thing around her, and she had no control over it, which means that she would have stolen Asta's magic as he was being born and while he was being dropped off at the church. We also know that in the Black Clover world, if a child has their magic power stolen, and if they aren't treated by a recovery mage soon after, they will live the rest of their lives magicless, which all but debunks the Witch Queen's own theory. Asta was not born magicless via mutation. He was born magicless because his mother inadvertently stole his mana, and they didn't have the means for a recovery mage to help him. Now this makes the Witch Queen fallible, and the totality of her claim must fall under a harsher skepticism. So she says Asta isn't special, which seems to mean that he can't be a devil then, because that would make him special, right? Well, the funny thing is that both can be true. The Witch Queen's analysis can technically be correct, and Asta can still be a devil hybrid. Why is that? Well, it's because we know that people that have parents of different races have hybrid states. Charmy, a human dwarven hybrid, has two different states of being that change her on a physical, magical, and spiritual level. Her body physically changes as she grows taller and physically stronger. Her mana changes as her power now feels dwarven instead of human, and her grimoire even changes. The grimoire is connected to the soul. So if a hybrid form produces such changes, both physical and supernaturally on a person, then there is no reason to assume that the Witch Queen's assessment is valid, as she would only have analyzed Asta's human state, not his hybrid state. So with the toppling of the Witch Queen's probing of Asta now proved to be an invalid method to debunk the hybrid Asta theory, we can now move on to the plethora of evidence that supports the notion of Asta being a devil hybrid. One of the most damning points that supports this theory revolves around Asta's mother. She has a curse that forces her body to steal both the life and mana of those around her. This immediately begs two questions. 1. How was someone able to conceive a child with Lashita without dying? And 2. How is that child, Asta, able to survive the womb and the birth with that curse going on? The answer to both questions actually resides within Lashita's introductory chapter. When Lashita meets Liba, she makes a very interesting and specific statement. I've got this body that steals life and magic from whatever's near me. That's why I live outside the village by myself. But you've got no magic, and maybe because you're a devil, you're not losing magic or life to me. So Lashita says, because Liba has no magic, she cannot steal it from him. That's obvious. The second part of her statement means that because Liba is a devil, he is not affected by her lifesteal either. Lashita's theory is actually confirmed just pages later, when Lucifero manifests inside of Liba's body. Lashita's curse works on Lucifero by stealing his magic, but it does not steal Lucifero's life. And we know that devils have life because they have ki, and ki is life energy. This means that it is likely that Asta's father was a devil or a devil hybrid, answering the question of how his father was able to conceive him with Lashita, thus also giving us the answer to the second question. How did Asta survive that birth and being in his mother's grasp? Well, if Asta is a devil hybrid, that would make him resistant to life-stealing attacks, thus allowing him to survive in Lashita's womb, and then later in her grasp when she dropped him off at the church. Now, people attempt to debunk this portion of the theory by saying that devils actually are not resistant to Lashita's ability, as it worked on Lucifero. That's not true though. Lucifero resisted the life-steal of Lashita's curse, as he only mentioned his magic power being stolen, not his life. I have admitted in the past that it's possible that Asta may have no father. Instead, he may have been birthed from the life energy stolen by his mother and converted into a devil via curse magic, as we have seen curses turn humans into devils before. This could be the alternative to the whole hubbub about Asta's father, and he may actually just be a virgin birth. So, while this theory does postulate that it could be that Asta's father is a devil or a devil hybrid, it doesn't have to be, but he has to have devil blood in him to survive the birth. I understand, this portion of the theory could be severely strengthened if only we'd ever actually blatantly see Asta actively resisting a life-stealing spell. Oh wait, we literally saw this happen already. Zagred creates a magic and life-eating spell, and this spell attacks Asta. Asta takes 0 damage from this spell, showing us that Asta does indeed have resistance to life-steal. People often try to refute this by saying that his anti-magic protected him, which isn't the case. This is before Asta contracted with Liba, granting him passive anti-magic protection. This is also before Asta could use anti-mana skin, and when the spell attacks Asta, not only are his swords not in his possession, but his grimoire isn't even out. So there's no possible way for Asta to have been protected by anti-magic while the spell first started to attack him. Because at this point in the series, Asta needs to be holding his demon swords in order to use anti-magic power at all, or for it to run through him. So it is proven that Asta does have a devil ability, the ability to resist life-steal. And that is his natural ability because he did not have anti-magic at that point. Another easy breadcrumb to miss was Zagred's reaction to Asta using a 5th Leaf Clover grimoire. That effective, magicless one that can somehow handle the 5th Leaf Clover grimoire. When you pair this with the notion that a 5th Leaf Clover grimoire is the grimoire for devils, as it allows them to attain their true form and manifest their true power, in the 5th leaf resides the devil, and all that junk. That statement acts as an implication that Zagred is shocked that Asta, a human, can use the 5-leaf Clover grimoire. If humans aren't supposed to be able to wield the Grimoire of Despair, then that is another breadcrumb that Asta is actually a devil hybrid, and that is one of the reasons why he's able to wield the 5-leaf Clover grimoire, and also why it chose him. This notion is further supported by the fact that the 5th leaf Clover grimoire is filled with the devil language. Why would it choose a human if it can't even read the language? So why can Asta use the 5th leaf Clover grimoire? I believe it's because he's a devil hybrid. Have you ever noticed the weird discrepancy with Asta and Liba's horns? These are Liba's horns, and these are the first horns we saw in Asta when he went black form. But in the higher version of Asta's black form, or devil union, he has additional horns. This can be evidence that Asta is a devil hybrid, and that when Asta is going into his union or higher black forms, he's actually awakening his own devil horns. Now people try and refute this, and they say that it's just Weg, which I think that's far too simple of a refutation to aptly counter it. I mean, yes, it is technically Weg. Whenever a human has devil horns, it is Weg. But what is Weg? When we see characters like the Dark Disciples or Sekra have Weg, that's just from using forbidden magic. Their horns are very generic and small. As when we compare Asta's Weg and the different devil contracts and the different devil unions, it shatters the Weg argument. The Dark Triad, even when using 100% of their devil's power, have the horns of the devil that they are contracted with. Compare all of their horns to their respective devils, and the horn style is the same, just differing sizes. With Noct and his devil union, he has the horns of the devil that he's united with, and when he does a double union, he has 4 horns, the horns of the devils that he's united with. Now, many people will also just refute this and argue that Libe's true form and full power will have 4 horns, just like how the Devil Kings have 4 horns. This is surely possible, but I would argue that if this were true, and that if Devil Union was amping Libe so that he had 4 horns when united with Asta, that Libe's spirit form would maybe also have 4 horns. But he only has 2 in both his flexing spirit presence, as well as inside of Asta. But say that we accept these horns as Libe's, then what about these horns? Yes, you may have missed it, but actually Asta now has 2 brand new horns that appear atop his head. They are different from these ones. This means that in total now, Asta and Libe have 6 horns, 3 different sets. Meaning that unless Libe has 6 horns, which there is no precedent for any devil having 6 horns in the series, then there has to be that there's another devil involved here. As even if Libe has 4 horns, the other 2 would need to come from Asta, or some other devil. But wait, there's actually a 7th horn as well, as this horn that appears in front of Asta's head during True Devil Union is a completely different horn. This means that even if Libe is so special that he somehow has 6 horns, then still the 7th horn would need to come from Asta. I understand that the more devil power one uses, the more horns they get. We saw this with the Dark Triad, 2 horns at lesser percentages, and now 4 horns at 80%, but Weg doesn't work as a refutation. Yes, it is literally Weg, but Weg doesn't answer the question of the additional horns. The most horns we've seen on a devil is 4, and even if we assume Libe is super special and he had 6, where is the 7th horn coming from? Whose is the 7th horn? It has to be an additional devil, and what other devil would be involved? Well, it's just Asta and Libe, so that means that Asta has to be a devil hybrid. So today's video is sponsored by me and you, and that is the members of this channel. If you want to become a member of the channel, you get access to a bunch of cool different emotes and other rewards, but I want to tell you guys that the biggest thing I am doing now is that for all members, you'll be getting a exclusive member video every single week. If you become a Brigade Captain member, you'll get an extra video per month on top of those 1 video every single week. And all Wizard King level members will be getting 2 exclusive member videos per week. That is 8 to 9 videos per month at $15 a month, which is less than $2 a video. And that is also on top of other rewards, like you'll be getting access to the Wizard King Roundtable, which is a discussion I'll have with all of you guys every single month. So if you guys really want to help support the channel and you also want extra videos on the side besides my video projects I'm currently doing, then please become a member. You will get a lot of extra videos as well as helping support the channel. Member videos this week is Could the Dark Triad have defeated the Twin Devils? Wizard King members will get that video as well as an additional video, which is How Strong is Asta's Full Black Form? One of my other ideas for a possible devil hybrid Asta has to do with the double slits in his eyes while using Devil Union. He has the starry eyes, which I believe signifies that that's because it's the pupils of 2 devils merging together. This isn't shown for Nox's double union because I believe it's a different union, as that is 2 devils bonding with a human, whereas Asta's is 2 devils actually uniting. Another piece of evidence can be recalled way back in the Asta vs. Veto fight. In this fight, Veto refers to Asta as a devil. I know that the official translation says demon, but I've seen the raws, and in reality, it means devil. Because in Black Clover, the kanji for Akuma gets translated as devil, and the kanji for Jin is what gets translated as demon. Akuma is used here, meaning Asta is being referred to as a devil. Also, Asta is not using his black form, but he has slits in his eyes, devil slits in his eyes. This can't be an art error because it is repeated again. This is interesting because even when Asta was in his berserk form, only his right eye had the slit. So considering this, it makes me believe that Asta has devil blood. Also in this instance, Veto activates devil magic, as mythical beast magic is actually supposed to be demon or devil beast magic. He uses the demon language, and even refers to his new state of himself as an entirely different being. You drew me out, human. Veto said to Noelle after her Sea Dragon roar activated his third eye. This implies that this person right here isn't actually Veto, which is interesting because the voice bubble changes and gets a new style akin to having different devils that have different voice bubbles, which makes me believe that Asta may have unknowingly resonated with this devil that possessed Veto and is the reason for his slits, as we know that devils can resonate with each other when they see another. We saw this with Liebe against the Red. Another minor point is we know devils have impressive physical strength. We also know that this is the case for Asta, as even a magicless newborn, he naturally had the strength to kick Father Orsi to the ground. Father Orsi is someone who has magical power and was an adult, which makes me believe that Asta had superhuman powers and physical strength, even as a magicless child. Now, a lot of people reject this theory purely on the fact that Asta being a devil hybrid would ruin the series, as it would ruin Asta as a character and tarnish his themes, as being a devil would therefore make him special. While this is something that I can reason with, I also believe that in many ways it will actually enhance the themes of the series and Asta, as remember that elitism, classism, and discrimination is one of the fundamental themes of Black Clover. Humans hate devils. Even though Asta was the hero of the Clover Kingdom, because he used devil power to kill the devils like Red, he was considered to be evil by the royals, and thus propaganda spread that he was evil as well. If Asta does turn out to be a devil hybrid, and he is able to change the Clover Kingdom or even the world, this will actually hold even more weight to the story and its themes. A magicless human who was really a devil hybrid being a leader in society would signify a glaring change or the direction of their culture. And I don't think that Asta being a devil hybrid would make him special. Special in the Black Clover world is how much magic power you have, and Asta would still have 0 even if he was descended from the evil gods. I also believe it would further enhance the dynamic between Asta and Yuno, as Yuno hosts the soul of the elven hybrid son of Lictentetia, and he uses his powers. Asta being a human devil hybrid would be a great dynamic for their relationship. But finally, with the revelation of Lucius as the final villain, and his vendetta against devils and boner for humanity, Asta being a human devil hybrid would be a perfect narrative development for him to be a counter to Lucius, as Asta could be a perfect truth that allows for a better world, and it isn't forced assimilation of devils and likely brainwashing of humanity, like Lucius did to Sister Lily, but humans and devils becoming to understand each other and work together. That humans working together with devils is a better pathway to peace than forced subjugation and genocide of all devils, and brainwashing of humanity. I understand that devils are evil, at least most of them, but how much of that can be attributed to the terrible world that they are forced to live in, that essentially forces them to hate and fight each other? Devils like Liebe, Guimodello, Slodos, Pomade, and Wagner have all shown that devils can attain some form of humanity. So maybe Asta or Liebe, or the both of them, will become the new king or kings of the underworld and turn that place into a good and decent world. A world where magic isn't everything, where devils pick each other up instead of throwing them down. A world where devils can work together with humans. That's how I believe that the theme and narrative of the story can be enhanced by the idea of Asta being a devil hybrid. And Tabata has done the whole human-devil hybrid thing before, and has unfortunately failed manga that came out before Black Clover, called Hungry Joker. The main character, Haiji, is a human Mavro hybrid. Mavros are just like devils in Black Clover, with similar designs and goals against humanity. There are plenty of Hungry Joker references in Black Clover. Either that or they are just reused concepts. Haiji has the same symbol as Dante, and he has gravity powers, and the actual Newtonian apple even shows up in Black Clover. Character designs are similar, even Gildre makes an appearance in Hungry Joker. So do you think that Tabata has reused the idea of having his main character being a human devil hybrid for Asta and Black Clover, like he did with Haiji and Hungry Joker? I think it's certainly possible. And the last theory, I started with the Bleach references. This time, I decided it is best to end with it. As in this instance at least, I wanted to discuss the actual inverse evidence, as I believe that there is far more merit to it. I've been able to make multiple correct theories by using Bleach as a blueprint for Black Clover, as it is one of Tabata's biggest inspirations for Black Clover, if not the biggest. Now, of course, they are pretty different in the end, but the frame of the idea can be used to help predict certain things in Black Clover. As I'm sure many know, Ichigo is the ultimate hybrid, human, Shinigami, Hollow, and Quincy. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a very similar thing for Asta. Asta will parallel Ichigo, how Ichigo connects to the humans, the Shinigami, the Hollows, and the Quincy's. Asta will be a human and a devil hybrid. He'll be using an elven grimoire, while also using dwarven swords. Not quite the connection that Ichigo has to all 4 of those races, but a similar one. I think that Tabata will use inspiration to make that happen, and that's why Asta's a devil hybrid. With that being said, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. I know I made this video a long time ago, but there's more evidence now, and now I think as the idea has gone on, it's just gotten more support for the theory. So let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe, turn notifications, follow me on Twitter, join my Discord. Also, if you want to help support the channel, please become a member. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.